welcome back to my channel. Today is day one of the Spookathon, and today I have off work, so that's kind of nice. I can get a lot of reading in to start off this readathon. I'm super excited for this readathon. I love reading spooky thriller type books, so hopefully I picked out a good TBR for this week. But currently I am reading The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and so far I'm only about 30 or so pages in, but so far it's about this little girl. She's going to be 8 years old, and her two fathers are staying in this remote cabin. I'm assuming in the middle of the woods, not really sure, but anyways, she's like picking up these grasshoppers for whatever reason. She's like examining them, I don't know, but so all of a sudden this man walks up their driveway and starts talking to her, and she knows she's not supposed to talk to strangers, but she's still talking to him. And as of right now, she's been talking to him for a little bit of time, and I guess I'll see where that goes. But so far it's good. I mean, nothing bad about it yet. Although I did look at the Goodreads rating, and it's like really lowly rated. Like it's like a 3.31 stars on average. So that kind of makes me nervous that I might not like it. I don't know. Hopefully I'm in the minority and I do like it, because I know a couple of my friends have liked it. So hopefully I do. But anyways, I'm going to be reading that probably the rest of the day. Hopefully I can finish it and start another book, because this one is pretty short, so hopefully I can get that done and get a head start on my TBR. And if I have any updates, I will let you all know. So tonight for dinner, I'm going to make crock-pot chicken tacos. This is like the easiest recipe. All you have to do is put in some sort of chicken in your crock-pot, add a bottle of salsa, a packet of the taco seasoning, and also a packet of the ranch seasoning mix, and then you just let it sit in there for about 6 to 8 hours on low, and then when it's done, you just shred up the chicken and you make your tacos. Super easy. So I'm back with an update on my reading for today, and I finished The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and unfortunately I'm going to be giving this book 2 stars. I was not a fan at all. So I previously said it was about this family. This little 8-year-old girl and her 2 dads are in this cabin in the middle of the woods, and a stranger comes up their driveway and is basically, she's talking to him. Well, then as time goes on, like 3 other people come up the driveway, and they're like carrying these weird weapons or whatever, and basically they're saying that either you have to sacrifice somebody in their family to save the world, or they can not sacrifice someone in their family and everyone in the world dies except them. Weird. The whole book was freaking bizarre. So yeah, I think my major beef about this book was it was told in 3 different perspectives, the 2 dads and the 8-year-old. Well, when you are reading from the 8-year-old's perspective, It is literally like reading the same as the Two Dads. It's way too mature. Like it doesn't even sound like it's an 8-year-old point of view at all. So I think that was my one major thing, was like the writing. I didn't like that. And like I said, it was just weird and not in a good way. Thank God it was short, or I probably would have DNF'd it. But oh well. We're not off to a great start for Spookathon, but that's okay. We have a few more books. I know I want to start The Wives tonight, which I will. So it's almost dinner time, so we're having those chicken tacos that I made in the crock pot this morning, and then we're going to be watching Truth or Dare on Netflix. We're watching it with my book club on Facebook together, so watching that tonight, and then after that I'll start The Wives, and then it'll be time for bed and off to work tomorrow. Oh joy. But so this is probably all the updating I'll probably do today, so I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Hey everyone, welcome to day 2 of the Spookathon. Last night I remember updating you about The Cabin at the End of the World. I gave it 2 stars, I hated it, enough said on that. And I started The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I'm reading an e-arc of that because it doesn't come out until December. And basically it's about this woman and her husband has 2 other wives. They know about each other, but they don't know like their names or anything. Like she calls them like Monday and Tuesday because of those are the days that he's over at their house. But that's really all I know so far, but I know in a synopsis it says that she ends up finding like something in his pants pocket, and she ends up meeting this woman, like one of the other wives, and she has like bruises and stuff on her, and she doesn't really know who her husband actually is because he doesn't beat her, so I don't know. But that's all I know so far. I'm really enjoying it. I love Taryn Fisher's writing, so I'm enjoying that, and that's pretty much the only update I have so far today. I worked this morning. I went to the grocery store. Fun things. And then we're just going to have leftovers for dinner. We're going to have the chicken taco stuff that I made yesterday. We're going to make them into nachos today, so that'll be good. And nothing else really planned for tonight. Yeah, so I'm just going to read more of The Wives. And tomorrow I do have a hair appointment, so that's pretty exciting. I don't really know what I'm getting done. Probably just a touch-up and maybe a trim. I don't know. Who knows? I really have usually no idea what I'm getting done with my hair until I get there, so, but, oh, I did film a video today, so that's why I have super dark lipstick on, but alright, so I am going to eat some dinner and continue reading The Wives, and I will catch up with you guys later. Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 of Spookathon. Last night I didn't get that much more read in The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I had all hopes of reading all night long, but I ended up falling asleep on the couch at 8:30 last night. Yikes. And then today I'm hoping to read some more of The Wives, and I'm also have a hair appointment to get my hair colored, which it needs really bad, and a trim probably, and then that's about it. And that usually takes forever to get my hair done, close to almost 2 hours, which is insane, but oh well. Maybe I'll get some reading done when I'm there. Probably not though, because I usually like to sit and chat with my hairstylist because he's the freaking bomb. I love him. But I guess that's it for now. Really no updates in The Wives. I'm still loving it. I've gotten to the part where she has the main character. I don't think they ever say her name, to be honest. But anyways, I've gotten to the part where she is talking now to one of the other wives, and she's getting some inside scoop, I guess, on her husband, more or less. So, still enjoying that, really liking it, but I guess that's it for now, and I will check in with you guys later. Hi everyone, welcome to day 4 of the Spookathon. I am almost done with The Wives by Taryn Fisher. I have about a little less than an hour left on my e-reader, and it is so freaking good. Like, I cannot wait to finish this book. It's one of those books where you believe one thing and then you start believing another, and now you're like, I don't know what I believe now. So it's one of those mind F books. So I'm super excited to finish that tonight. However, I have to edit a video right now and then cook dinner. But I did say last night that I was going to be getting my hair done, but that didn't happen. My hairdresser canceled because he forgot it was his boyfriend's birthday yesterday, so oh well. But I got it rescheduled for next week, so that's good. But other than that, tonight I will be editing and finishing my book, and then probably starting another one. And if it's not too late, I'll update you on what my final thoughts on The Wives. And if not, then I will just talk to you guys tomorrow. Hey everyone, it is now day 5 of Spookathon. I can't believe it's already Friday, but I am glad that it's Friday because I don't have to go to work this weekend. That's always a plus. So yesterday or last night I finished The Wise by Taryn Fisher, and that book was freaking amazing. I said before it doesn't come out until December, so I highly recommend you getting your hands on it as soon as it comes out. But I know I was saying that I couldn't tell like who to believe. Like, was it the husband that wasn't telling the truth, or was it the woman that you're following? Was she mentally ill? Like, you had no idea. But literally, I was to like the last, I don't know, 20%, 10%, and I still had no idea what to believe. I had no freaking clue. So I freaking love books like that, when the author can literally construe your mind to believing whatever, and you don't know what's real and what's not. Love that. I mean, that's when you know you're reading a damn good thriller. So yeah, the ending was so good. Did not see any of that coming at all. So that was good. I finished that. And then I did start another book. Started Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. I'm about 30 or so pages in. And this is a sequel to City of Ghosts. And it's basically about this girl named Cass, and her mom and dad are ghost hunters, and they film like a reality type show, such as like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Adventure type shows, some like very similar to that. And the first book they were in Scotland, I believe, and then this one they're in France, and they are looking at the catacombs in Paris. So that's really cool. And yeah, so I'll continue reading that book, and I should finish it probably tonight, I would imagine, because it's a middle grade novel, and it's fairly short so I'll probably finish that tonight. And we got Chick-fil-A for dinner. Yum. My absolute favorite. And we will probably watch Ghost Hunters because their new season is out this year, and I love those types of shows. I love paranormal type stuff. I find it very fascinating. But so yeah, gonna finish this book tonight, and then eat some dinner, and then I will probably catch up with you guys tomorrow. Day 6 of the Spookathon. I can't believe how fast this week has gone. It's crazy. But I have finished my 3rd book of the readathon. I finished Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. And I'm going to give this book 4 stars. It's a middle grade paranormal novel. And I said before that it was taking place in Paris at the main character's parents are doing a reality TV show about the different haunted places and different cities that they go to. And for this particular book, they're in Paris and they're looking at like different places such as the Notre Dame. There's like other haunted places as well, but the main one that this one really took place was the catacombs in Paris. And I found it very fascinating about that part of the book. And basically, I was telling my husband about this book, and he actually was looking up the catacombs in Paris, and it really is a real thing, and it's actually a attraction that you can go to in Paris. And basically it holds like 2 million remains, human remains, in this catacombs underneath Paris. It's like tunnels underneath Paris, and they like decorate the walls with human remains. I'll pop up pictures so you can see what I'm talking about, but that's crazy, and it's like a huge attraction that people go to. So if I ever end up going to Paris sometime in my life, I think that'd be so cool to go through. Like, how interesting, kind of creepy, but it sounds really, really cool. So I loved that aspect of the book. Really, really liked it. It's really easy to read. Obviously, it's a middle grade, and it's very fascinating. Like, I love stuff about ghosts and whatever. The main thing that the main character, Cass, she was trying to hunt down a poltergeist. So that was interesting. I've said before that I like ghost type shows, and so yeah, I really liked that part of the book, and there was nothing wrong with it. I mean, it was fine. It was good. I would recommend reading the first book, City of Ghosts, and that one was taking place in Scotland. So, and I did see that there's a third book coming out in 2020, so I'll definitely check that one out. I'm not really sure where that one is going to take place, but it's kind of nice how they're going from like different countries. That's really cool. And I'm learning more about like different haunted type places. So this was a perfect book for Spookathon, actually. So I'm really excited I read that. And so yeah, read that. Told you all about the Paris catacombs, which is really cool. Last night, me and my husband, we did catch up on Ghost Hunters, so we're all caught up. Love that show. Anyone else watch that show? I don't know. Could be me, but I love watching it this time of year. And plus I love ghost type stuff. And if you didn't know, I have had paranormal experiences in my past, so I kind of believe in that stuff. Anyways, enough of that. So next I'm going to read The Passengers by John Mars. I'm going to read this one next. Shelby at Shelby Taggart Reads gave this one 5 stars, and she highly recommended it. So I'm super excited to read that one. And it's about like 8 self-driving cars, something about a reality TV show. I don't know. I'll find out more when I actually read it. So yeah, I'm going to get into reading that, and I think that's it for now. I guess I will check back with you before we leave for dinner. We are going out for dinner tonight. We're going to Taste of Belgium. It's like a Cincinnati local restaurant where they serve, like, their main, most popular course that they serve is chicken and waffles, and it's the best in the whole freaking world. But so yeah, we're doing that tonight, so I will check back with you before we leave to go to Taste of Belgium, and I'll update you a little bit about what I think so far of The Passengers. So I will check with you then. everyone. It is now the last day of Spookathon. Crazy how fast time flies. But I am about a third of the way through The Passengers by John Mars. And so far, this is pretty much about 8 people. They get into their cars for the day, and all of a sudden this hacker person comes through their speaker through their phone or through their car, and basically saying you have 2.5 hours and to your, I don't know, final destination or whatever. You have 2.5 hours and then you will die. So they're basically in this car, they can't get out, nothing. They're literally stuck in these cars. So that's where I'm at in this book. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I like how it's like told from each of the person's perspectives. So you're kind of seeing what's going on in their heads as well. And then there's also like the main character, Libby, where she's like going for jury duty, and they're basically like have to tell whose fault it is when there's an accident with one of the self-driving cars. But anyways, so that's pretty much what this is about. Like I said, I'm really liking it so far, so I will check back with you when I am finished. It is officially the end of Spookathon. I had a blast reading the books that I did read. There was one book that I didn't love, but the other ones were all really good. And I ended up finishing 4 books, which is awesome considering I work 5 days a week. Although, wait, I was off on Monday, so technically I only worked 4 days. So I probably could have read another book, but oh well. I honestly, by the end of this readathon, I was getting so burnt out on reading thrillers, so that's probably why I didn't read as many books as I really wanted to. But anyways, so I will go through the books that I did read and what challenges they completed. So technically, I did complete all the challenges because I could have doubled up on I could have doubled up on the challenges to fulfill all of the prompts. So, first book I read was The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. I give this book 2 stars, and this fulfilled spooky setting prompt. It was a apocalyptic book, so that definitely counts for that type of spooky setting. I said before, I didn't like this book. It was unrealistic. The main thing that really annoyed me was the main character, the 8-year-old, was it was told in different perspectives, the 2 dads and the 7-8-year-old, I don't know, she was like turning 8, whatever. But in her perspective, it was literally like she was an adult, so it was so unrealistic, and I thought it was boring, but whatever. Enough about this book. I didn't like it. Yeah, done with that. All right, the next book I read was The Wise by Taryn Fisher. I gave that book 4.5 stars, I think. I really loved it. It was one of those mind F books where you had no idea what to believe. As the story went on, you had no idea if he actually had these other wives or if she was mentally ill. So literally you were going through this whole, like the whole book, I had no idea which one was true. So that's when you know it's a really good book. So yeah, really love that one. That one doesn't come out until December of this year, so y'all need to get your hands on that when it comes out. And that one fulfilled the thriller prompt because it was a thriller. And then the next book I read was Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. And this is a second book in a series. The first book is City of Glass. I love the Paris aspect of this book. I loved the ghosty type stuff because I said before I love paranormal type stuff. So, and this is a middle grade book. And this one fulfills spooky word and title because there is bones in the title, and then also this is red on the cover, which actually The Cabin at the End of the World was also red, but doesn't matter. So yeah, this one fulfilled 2 prompts, so, and I gave this one, I think it said 4 stars. And then the last book I read was Passengers by John Mars. Just finished this one today. I'm going to give this one, I think I'm going to give it 4 stars as well. I loved the first, actually I loved the first like 2/3 of this book. It was so gripping. It was so thrilling. Like I loved trying to figure out what the heck was actually going on in this book. And like I said before, it's about 8 cars. A hacker basically takes over their car, and this group, it's like a government, they're like on jury duty, or this what the main character Libby is there is for jury duty, and they're basically trying, like, the reason why she's in this room is they're like going through like different car accidents with the self-driving cars. They figure out who is in fault when there's an accident. So she's there doing that, and basically they broadcast them basically, and they have to figure out which person they're going to save. So yeah, it's, like I said, really thrilling, really gripping. Loved it. But the ending was my only downfall of it. It was, I don't know, it's one of those endings where there's just too much information. Like when I'm reading a thriller, I want to know like a little bit of the ending. That's it. Like or not a little bit, like tie it all up and be done with the story. Like this just, the ending just dragged, I felt like. So yeah, the ending just dragged, and I think that's what kind of deterred me from dropping a star from this book. If it was gripping like the first 2/3 of this book, for sure this would have been a 5-star book. But like I said, I wasn't really too thrilled about the ending, and so yeah, that's basically it on that. Oh, and that fulfilled the prompt for something I wouldn't normally read. It was kind of like a sci-fi thriller type book, and I typically don't read those types of books. So yeah, I read that. And so yeah, I read 4 books. I did fulfill all the prompts, and I read pretty good books. I only read one that was bad. The others were all 4-star, 4 or 4.5-star books, and I think that's good. So overall, I feel like I had a really good spookathon, and I had a really good time reading them. Like I said, I am a little burnt out on thrillers at the moment, so hopefully I can throw in some really easy to read books. And then I will finish out October with reading more thrillers. So that's it for me. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!